Well, let's talk about it. So, coming into this, there is a lot more on the line than the original just Grand Major Open Qualifiers closed dollars. And not only that, some points. How does that format work, though? It's the promotion, which, hey, you play the finals, which, if you're here, I'm sure you do. To look at the current standings from last cycle, we actually could see Team Envy got first place weekend, where if you didn't catch it, you can go ahead and check it out either on Ape Squad or PHL, where we provided the coverage. And, well, here's what ended up running down, where Kansas is going to have to play the same game we all know and love. Hyper, why don't you tell us about the arenas that the contestants will find themselves in today?
Yeah, it's all the ones that you are familiar with, only
facing when it comes to their opponents on the other side of the fence. This is how it's all going to start. This is stage 1. We can cut up today into 3 stages. So if you're following
right here, right now.
Yeah, and this is exactly what it's going to look like. All the teams that are still fighting for those 3 remaining spots in the finale will be...
Biggest thing here is pointing out that waiting list is going to be critical. You don't want to be waiting.
Exactly. If you are on that waiting list, you might only get one.
Screw you over so badly. So keep your head on a swivel. Keep an eye on who's attacking from your rear, because all it takes is one great steal, and you've gone from the top.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing one over on Sis Horizon. I mean, game 1, Hyper. This is going to be it, kind of setting the pace for all the other players here.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest pressure walking in, knowing that you are the first team up. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone's now going to know what you're going to bring to the table. Even I would feel a bit nervous from the sideline, because you understand exactly what's going to come forward. How lean forward are they in the game chair? Let's get into this, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we get that Vault 1 tapped right off the bat. And Opposed using his tried and true Chaos 23 with that heal emitter and the mines as well. So let's look if he finds this nice RPG. It looks like Ransom sitting up all on the high ground. And we do see a Kazo go down alongside Noose as well. And it's going to be KD Killer, last one up against Space. Going to find this reset, potentially going to go for that hand res instead. So he's not going to have that defib online, but KD trying to find a hand res of his own.
Oh, timing's impeccable. KD Killer unable to get the res back up and has to dip away. It's going to force some early coins to come into this game, which with only, I can see there's only 2 in the lobby at the moment. That is going to be huge to not have that upper hand coin later on. No, it's going to be a wipe. That's going to come for. I think KD Killer's sacrificing himself.
We might have a little bit of a technical difficulties here, a little bit of a reset being called out. We'll have to see how that goes, but I mean, ultimately, this is going to be playing out pretty crazily. I think these teams are going to be locked in for this next match, and seeing that goo, invis, everything ultimately. But we're going to bring back Artie just a little bit to kind of talk through. I mean, it all starts here. We'll get things fixed up. Yeah, I'll tell you how they sound for sure, Artie, all right? So we're going to be putting up back again in Sis Horizon. We'll have to see if we're going to be popping off with the same matchups. But like I already said, we do see Envy on that double dash. Mesh Shield, I do want to kind of talk a little bit about when we do have an opportunity to talk about whether we're seeing. I mean, we do see Winch on Lamp. We see Bytor on Mesh. It seems like a Mesh overarching lobby, but we drop it in. Uni up on this high ground, taking some early shots. Gonna have to use that Invis bomb to renegotiate this fight. And as they do, Ransom's trying to get a little bit more positioning, but Grandma's sitting up on this high ground, drops that C4, trying to look for any sort of opening. But he's not going to find the damage that he needs to get. He finds a couple shots over on top of Bytor, but the back door comes out from Bubba, and it looks like the pick might be coming out on Space as well.
Ransom opening fast as Noose was getting that first pick early on, but it's down to that 1v1. Biter versus Bubba ain't gonna happen. And Biter will say thank you very much. Ransom, that's one way to kick off this game. Go head-to-head with our current #1s, both in the seeding and into the cycle championship, and take them down early. That's a confidence and morale boost, isn't it, Sensei?
Yeah, exactly. And we don't get to see AGB get that setup time. They did not win that first vault fight. Looks like Team Ed's going to get this box going, winch it out, probably down on that low ground and have a great vantage point. But look at this. Envy do spawn in on the other side of that building as well, so they do have to be wary. They're looking in the wrong direction, perhaps, but, I mean, we'll have to see how this fight opens up.
You said about winch. Only Lamp using winch in this game. Such a mesh meta from this North American side. And it's been proven time and time again that North America just prefer mesh and the brutality that comes with it rather than Europeans, which like that winch to set things around, but everything's opening up very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Normalized taking out Uni. Lamp found the winch on top of Gremlin, winching him in. We were talking about it, how important that is to open up that fight. And it looks like Not Bubba trying to take himself out, get this reset quickly, because a minute left on this box. They do not want to give Team Ed another opportunity. Going to be putting in a little bit more of an advantageous position. We've seen this position play out not very well for teams prior, but with that winch, with that high ground, it's gonna be beautiful. But on the other side of the map, we do see AGB setting up that anti-gravity cube already was talking about, getting that flip over here, and Ransom not really sure where their presence is on this box.
They didn't move. It almost felt like they wanted to go for the retake, as again, Noose able to get a pick onto Apo, quickly gets the res back on Baitor to bring a full fletch of strength. It's clear they like their attacking because immediately they get some pressure back onto AGB. They will lose out, and Nakazo with those Julies will say thank you very much. 1 to go, and that might be a critical mistake, letting that site go and re-attacking later on.
Well, yeah, I do think we see this steal attempt coming out last second from the side of Envy, and down goes Team Ed. Gonna be knocked out right there.
Didn't get it.
Speechless.
There was a brief stall. There was like a brief second when Gremlin stepped off. And I think that was enough for the timing. Because it was 0.1, possibly?
That could have been very bad for Team Ed. We do see Akazu setting up his tried and true beehive cocoon. I mean, you do not want to get near that thing. The flames will be everywhere. And I think they're going to be able to get this box nice and easy. And Team Ed and AGB up ahead in this lobby. We do see the box tapped by Envy after winning that fight, but it's going to be up to Team Ed and AGB to potentially put the pressure on this vault, as Ransom's already over there. Whether or not they go for 3 or 4, we'll have to see. But this fight's going to be breaking out, and RPG goes out. Not Bubba just dashing narrowly out of the way. The glitch takes down that mesh, that very integral mesh for Not Bubba, and he's going to be taken down. It's just going to be Noose, last one up. Gremlin using that cover, and it looks like Uni does take out Noose finally right there. They win themselves that vault 3, and hopefully they have a pretty clean plug over here on top of C.
So sorry, I think we might have to keep an eye on Noose. He has been so integral to opening picks, making those fights so much easier for Ransom. I feel he's going to be the thorn in every team's rear end, but we quickly flip over to the other side. Ed versus AGB. AGB so desperately want vault control. Apo will find the opener. The winch will come in, but it doesn't matter. Apo with the KS. Once you get up close and personal, that gun is impossible to evade. And no surprise, Grad
through the box. Grad just chucked the box, and this is going to make sure this game is now going to be staggered, and I don't know how this is going to play out for everybody once they finally get this plug going. KD Killer finding a reverse gateway for his team to get this plug going, but like we talked about, this stagger, 45 seconds. It looks like somebody's on this box. Ransom putting the pressure over here on top of Charlie. We do see Gremlin finding a beautiful pick on top of Noose, and it's going to be Ransom down to 2. Baitor in space just fighting up this stairway as Gremlin takes this TP up on this high ground. May find a nice little pinch with his team over here, and they're going to be taking out Baitor and Space together. Envy knocks down Ransom. But here comes Team Ed.
Yeah, not done yet. Still licking the wounds. Envy are going to have to quickly pivot and look at how do you take on Ed, who are coming in with all their utility, all their health, and very much couldn't steal off the rip. They're deciding not to. They're wanting to get at least one of Envy members down. But smart. Envy grabbing height, getting out the way, making sure they're safe.
The yeah, and here comes the steal. Lamp's gonna be hopping on this. Where's the pressure from Team Envy? I think they're gonna get the flip, but Lamp goes down right here. Gremlin's gonna be trying to hop on it right back. Normalized, sitting up on this off angle. They need to get that heals out. He does hop off it, and that could be very dangerous, but it looks like that heal goes out from Uni. Uni needs to be the last one up. Finds that pick on Grad, clutching up for Team Envy there, and that's gonna be evening things up pretty well. I mean, Envy 11K, just doing so much damage, so many kills and getting those plugs. But we're gonna hop over to this other side as well, where Space gonna be knocked down by a Kazo. They're gonna be trying to find another pick over on top of Noose, but with that dash he does get out, and another shot from that KS-23 is gonna hit Vitor. That's gonna chunk a big lot of damage over here, and he's gonna be taking those shots from behind, taking that TP out, with Noose gonna be dropped down as well. And AGB still in control of this one.
They've had so much time to prep this site that they're confident with their positioning, and that was aggressive push from Kazo, and KD Killer will get the last of them. Ransom, they had the best opening start, taking out Envy, but it almost feels like a decline throughout the rest of this game, as we see from the far side in the kill feed. Team Ed trading back and forth as Uni will pick out Normalize, but Bubba will drop on Envy.
Yeah, I mean, Apo locking down that point, but we're going to swap sides over here, over to Lamp, and he's going to be grabbing this box, trying to rotate over to the next cash out. But with Envy looming, two of them up, it could prove dangerous, because Normalize also going to be dropped over on the side of Team Ed. It's a 2v2 situation. Brad's going to try and find some sort of value, but not Bubba. Coins back in to be all three up for both teams, finding the full reset. And this is very important. We do see that gateway going to be rotating them over to that underground, that right under that point. But Lamp goes down as well, carrying that box, with Uni shooting from behind. Gremlin does snatch that box away, going for this plug right now, but Normalize gonna be shooting him with that Revo, trying to stop any sort of value that they're gonna be able to get.
Even though Envy have nicked this vault, brilliant work from Ed to not allow them to get any space of movement, not allow for this box to go too far away. And a matter of fact, it's forced pressure for the cash out to commence. You're in second place, you're still at risk, you can't weigh down that last 40 seconds. Brilliant work from Ed, even though they dropped a player early in that gunfight.
And this is important because not Bubba just, he did get rezzed by Gremlin. He's on his last coin, so that could have been very dangerous. But ultimately, we're going to be going for the steal, using an invis to try and push up on this high ground. But the triangulation from Envy is going to be not doing that much. But here comes Ransom. The box is still in Envy control, and this third party could prove problematic for Team Ed's push. They have to get that reset on Normalize. Normalize with 0 coins in this lobby. They're going to have to find that hand res or wipe. But luckily for them, they do wipe that box. Looks like it's going to be doubled up from a Ransom, which means everybody is on their way over here with Ed, or AGB, in control narrowly. And this is going to be coming down to a kill race for Envy and AGB. But somebody's going for the steal right now. Looks like Ransom going to be able to get that flip. No, they narrowly don't hold on.
Again, a fraction of seconds away before the flip would have gone through. All 4 teams are indeed on the same site. They're all here wanting a piece of the pie. Steal going down once again. This time Ransom going for a take-2 opportunity. The steal just denied again for the second time. And Ransom so desperately knowing that they need this steal to get themselves into the chance of qualifying. Envy losing so many players off the back that Bubba is left alive. Now it's Ed's turn. Can they make the steal, or is the denial going to come through for yet another time? No! It will be stolen at the last second!
But we still have this kill race going down. We'll have to see. One more second. Not going to be enough kills coming out from Envy. That's going to be Team Ed and AGB!
Wow. That kill race meant everything. But Envy missing out, taking too much damage at the very end, losing Uni and Gremlin, and Bubba left alive. It's so unfortunate. We know how great Bubba is at denying, at stalling, but he needed those kills in that situation.
Well, yeah, in that first box with Envy not being able to get that flip on the side of Team Ed was, I mean, costing them a lot. We saw that game come down to a kill race at the last few seconds, but with so much chaos and Ransom trying to steal the box, Envy just wanted to hold it and keep control of that. It's going to be ultimately going down the way. Just insane game for AGB and Team Ed, but already, I mean, what do you think of that one?
I mean, I gotta say, usually whenever we see Team Ed and Team Envy in a lobby, they try to avoid each other at cash out, but both teams encountered each other by chance, and they chose to keep engaging and focus on playing their own game. Gotta have it all the way up until the end. Like that first third party kind of being on that last box when Ransom brought that double. When AGV was in front by 3 kills, we saw them space immediately. And to be honest,